くぞジェノサイカッタ
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and as you all can see, I got Nameless to A3. So I got him built up a lot better than what I had before, so I thought we'd see just how well he could do, especially since we still have Omega Rugal, who is actually more or less weak to the burn element, which, you know, luckily Nameless has, and many other characters, obviously, but at least he also has darkness. But I want to show you guys how I have this character built and really the optimal card set that you want to put on him. So, I mean, of course, the max capsules, I mean, that's pretty much a given. And as far as imprint stones, this is where it gets a little tricky for him. So the first stone that they give you is the strike skill damage increased by 15%. For Nameless, this is ideal. Anytime you're going to increase his strike skills, his first and second skill are strike skills. And whenever you're using your rotation, those are the skills that you're going to use the most often. He's going to do the most damage with them. So anytime you can increase his strike skill damage, that's going to be the way to go. I mean, you could always, of course, burn and darkness will also make a big difference. But I would probably go with burn. I'll explain that here in a second. But I did actually switch around some of my BS stones, and I'm actually using the Volume 1 strike skill stone here that came with Omega Rugal and BS Rochi. And then the third stone is a stone that they actually give you for the Volume 5, which is Nameless and Ash, where you increase target damage by 10% for 5 seconds when they land an active skill. And this is on a 10-second cooldown. So out of every other 5 seconds, you're going to have this up. Now, I don't even know if this is the best. In all honesty, I think really the increased active skill damage from the BS Volume 4, the BS Volume 2 stones would actually be better. Maybe even the Volume 3, which increases critical damage by 25%. Maybe that would actually be better because I actually thought this would go up higher than increased target damage by 10%. I was hoping this was going to go up a little bit more, maybe 15% or a little bit more, but I really think that maybe a different stone would be better. Increasing active skill damage, maybe increasing critical damage. Increasing critical damage would really add a lot of CP, so that might be actually better options than this one here. I might end up testing that in the future. And then for his moon and star shaped stones, of course, you want to give him attack and burn. The reason that I opt to go for burn is because in your rotation, whenever you're playing with Nameless, you're going to be using your first and second skill over and over and over. And on the second skill, you do have your burn, and the burn does, you know, you deal burn damage equal to 30% of attack. So the more attack you have, the more burn you're actually going to deal. And obviously, the more burn you have, the more burn you're going to deal, right? His third skill deals darkness, but whenever you're doing his rotation, right, you're just going to apply the darkness. That way you have the increased attack by 60% of defense for 7 seconds. You want to make sure that's always up whenever you're doing your rotation. But once you apply darkness, right, and you got this increased attack base of defense up, you're just going to be spamming your first and second skill over and over and over to do the most damage possible. Nameless is actually very, very easy to play because of this, and that's kind of why I opted to go for burn stones, right? That's kind of why I opted to go for it. Now, there is an argument as far as doing the default, because the default does do dot explosion for burn and darkness. It can remove both of them, and he does have darkness in his core passive. So there is an argument to be made that if you put more just like darkness stones on him instead, you would actually do more darkness explosion. But I mean, honestly, I got an extra 20% burn from the imprint stones. I don't know how much of a difference it actually would make, but I opted to go for burn because he does have a 20% burn attack damage increase, right? He's got increased darkness attack by 15%, but you get 20% burn attack damage increase. So in my humble opinion, I think you're better off going with burn. One, because you're going to be spamming the second skill over and over and over and your rotation, and you actually get a little bit more native burn in your core passive than what you do darkness damage. And both darkness and burn deal 30% of attack, right? Both of them deal that 30% of attack. So personally, I think you're just better off with going with burn stones. If you want to put darkness stones on them, that's fine. Now, when it comes to the set cards, the Shizuru set is actually pretty godly on him, but it is not the best set for him. I don't know about the new set that's in the banner, but from what I've seen from other YouTubers that's made videos about this, it's not the strongest set, which is kind of funny, right? It's actually kind of funny that, and you guys are going to be shocked, that this set right here, the Idol Kula set, is actually the strongest set for Nameless. Yeah, just like what it was with Leona. Leona also has, BS Leona, also has a strike skill on her first and second skill, and you play her pretty similar to what you do with Nameless. Now with Leona, you want to go 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. The reason you do that is because you always want to have her rotating her hits from her third skill. That way you're dealing a lot more hits. It allows you to do more damage. But with Nameless, you just want to apply that darkness for that 7-second duration from his third skill and get the attack based off defense for that 7 seconds. That's all you're trying to do. And then you're just spamming the first and second skill over and over and over. Now, I do have this option card. This is a really good option card for him because it actually does, has a 50% chance to increase attack by 30% for 5 seconds upon landing a strike skill. But in all reality, you'd probably be better off slapping one of these stones on him instead, because this is always going to be up. You're always going to have the attack and cooldown, but you're always going to have the critical rate by 7%. So we're actually going to run with that. That might actually be better because the increased strike skill option card has a long cooldown on it. And anytime you see those long cooldowns, it's not really the best thing. But then we have this cooldown card here that does increase defense fighter critical rate by 2%. So we're actually got 9% critical rate right now on top of the 4% critical rate from his core, right? So, I mean, that's 13% critical rate, which means we're going to do a lot of critical hits. So if we had the BS Volume 3 stone and get that critical damage by 25%, that actually might be a lot better than this stone, this third stone right here. So let me show you a little something, guys. So we're going ahead and we're actually going to take him in time attack first and see if we can get this. I actually haven't even tried this. We're just going to use his leadership and see how well we do. We got Ash as a striker, decreased skill cooldown by 1 second, which really helps. And then, of course, Nameless has the decreased skill cooldown whenever you're doing your attacks. And the fear is just godly. There we go. And we're just going to use his regular 3PG here. I really don't know how well he's going to do here, but I would think with this build we would do pretty good. Oh, love it, love it. I will get his 3PG for sure. All right. 3PG. I mean, time attack is actually pretty damn difficult in here. It's definitely not easy. Nice. I still love the old 3PG. Still really, really cool. Nice. Not a bad time. Yamazaki and his wacky laugh. So apply that darkness, do the charge, and then do our 3PG. Try to stall that timer as much as we can. And you always got to love the long 3PGs because, by the time they finish, you'll damn near be able to do your 3PG again. And boom. Yamazaki forting around a little bit there. We'll just hit our 3PG here. Let's go. This really is pretty damn rough. We'll just go ahead and use our default. I like how the characters like spin around whenever he does that default. That's funny. And oof. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. Gotta love the AoE on that thing. That's so sweet. Alright. And now all of them are gonna come in a swirl here. They're all gonna get swirled together. Look at this. It's so funny. Oof. Let's go, big boy. Let's go. Apply burn, darkness. Increase target damage received with a full charge. 3PG, and here we go. Ooh, much easier than Yamazaki. Ooh. It'd be kind of nice if we had a PG rate leadership. This would be even easier. I could have put a PG card on him, I guess, if I wanted to. Ooh. It's so funny watching that. Let's go. And, you know, and since his default's fairly long, you know, by the time you finish, like, you know, one 3-PG or the default, then the other one's actually ready to go. It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Psyche. Going down. Going down. Oh, yeah. And then our Awakened skill is going to be ready to go after this. Look at all those critical hits he's doing. Just nutty. And there we go. Booyah. Psyche, he tried to slip one in there on us, tried to whoop our butts with a little bit of action there with a super. So not bad, guys. Not bad. Not bad. We got under the 2:30, 2 minutes and 18 seconds, just coming here off the cuff. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So, you know, 140 extra rubies right there. Now let me show you guys what he can do in Guild Raid, right? Go on hard mode. Check this out. Check this out. And I tell you what, on the live stream last night, I was testing the cards, the set cards. Even my Athena set that's fully transcended cannot do as much damage as a regular Idol Kula set that isn't even transcended. That is crazy. Just, I mean, it's just beyond me. We're just going to do the default while the meter is broken. And that's something you want to remember, man. If you're trying to apply burn, you don't want to do the default while you're trying to break the meter. And look what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I have darkness applied, right? Make sure that we have our attack buff applied. Now here's the thing that sucks is that we don't have the good 3PG that can actually, you know, interrupt Rugal, right? Or keep Rugal from blowing up on us when we're doing our 3PG. You know, this one here doesn't avoid that. And that's kind of the thing that sucks. But you'll find it still does really, really well because you're still delaying the timer, right? You're still delaying the timer. Well, unless Rugal does his explosion, then you're kind of screwed. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean, Nameless is godly, guys. I mean, there's a reason this character is in God tier. Because, one, his damage is just bonkers. And it's just, look at this. Look at how fast he breaks that meter. And look at his score, guys. Look at the score. Right? We'll do the 3PG here. I don't think Rugal's going to explode on us because he already did. There we go. Perfect. Now he's going to blow up on us later on. But look at the score Nameless is putting up. We're going to let Rugal blow up on us. There we go, do our 3PG, right? And that's the thing with Nameless. You just don't have to worry about this character dying, right? Defensive character, crazy shield, the heals. I mean, if you have his 3PG, there we go. Apply full charge, get our increased target damage received, and then do our default. I kind of screwed up there, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Do our default here. Look at him go, man. It's crazy. He is crazy, crazy, crazy strong. Just godly, right? Yeah, go into your little iframe, Rugal. Perfect, perfect. It's always important to do a full charge on your first skill before you use any of your other skills. That way you do a lot more damage, because that increased target damage received from the first skill only lasts for 7 seconds. See, that's what sucks about the regular 3PG. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at this, guys. Right? Over 2 billion. Over 2 billion. I just come in here and I'm just goofing off. Look at that. 2.2 billion. Just insane, man. All you gotta do is make sure the third skill applies a little darkness. You get your attack based off defenses and just spam the first and second skill over and over and over. That's how easy it is with this character, man. He is, well, he's godly. Nameless is absolutely freaking nuts. Oh, and the crazy thing about this, guys, is that he can go way higher. He can do way more damage. I got friends that are hitting over 3 billion against hard mode against Omega Rugal. Over 3 billion. Now, is there a necessity for that? Do we need to do those kind of scores? No. Is it fun? Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to do those kind of scores. It's fun to do high scores. But the fact that he's doing that with a regular idle cool set, it's just insane, and it really just goes to show you that Netmarble really needs to step it up when it comes to set cards in the specific banners like BS banners and SS banners. I mean, if we can just slap a free-to-play set on our character, why would we ever want to pull other than for our 3PGs or maybe for an option card? It's kind of a shame, and like I said, guys, I've already seen this set already out DPS the BS set that is in the banner. It's already, I mean, well, on Nameless, I don't know about Psyche, but I know on, well, I don't know why I clicked on that. I know on Nameless, this set here doesn't do as good as the Idle Coolest set, which is absolutely nuts, guys. It's just absolutely insane. And it was the same thing with Leona. The Idle Coolest set was still better on her. So let me know what y'all think about Nameless breaking the game. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.